I'm Amie Burkholder, owner and founder of Bronzed Berry. I help people get certified and start a teeth whitening business. I've been doing this for over 10 years and I get asked tons of questions all the time. Recently, Ashley sent me a question that I thought all of you could benefit from the answer. So here goes. Ashley had a client that came in to her space to get a teeth whitening treatment. She followed the protocol and steps and provided the results. The client left claiming that they were happy with the results, and then within a very short period of time, about 2 weeks, I believe, the client sent a message back saying that the results had completely disappeared and they had expected the results to last longer. I would say that's a reasonable expectation, longer than 2 weeks. Mostly for our clients, we are seeing 6 to 12 months worth of retaining those results. So what happened and how can Ashley respond positively to this client, and how do we prevent this from happening again? Step number 1 is all about setting the proper expectation up front. We are not dentists, we're not dental hygienists. We cannot right off the bat, we need to set the right expectation. We can never guarantee results, but we can give an estimate as to what we see on a regular basis. So in our waiver, we do tell clients that they could expect to get 6 months to 12 months worth of these results, to retain those results if proper care is taken of their teeth. So our lifestyle has a lot to do with we've got to set the expectation right off the bat that we are not dentists, we're not dental hygienists, we can't prescribe anything, and our goal is to help them get a natural whitening result in a very short period of time. This is not the same as Zoom, so make sure that you are setting the expectation with your client on what they reasonably could expect from your service. I believe Ashley did this. I don't think she did anything wrong. Lifestyle plays a huge factor into the retention of the results you get during your teeth whitening treatment. Let's dissect this just a little bit. The day someone gets their teeth whitened, they can love the results, they can walk right out of your studio, out of your space, and if they consume coffee, red wine, marinara sauce, if they go right into eating, drinking, or consuming anything, nicotine, anything, those stains are gonna go right back pretty quickly. The way teeth whitening works with our hydrogen peroxide gel is it's opening the pores of the teeth and allowing surface stains to be removed. So those pores of the teeth are still open for quite some time. That's why it's absolutely critical that when they leave, that they are not going to be consuming any dark liquid, any food or beverage that they do consume. They need to brush their teeth immediately after. So what they do when they leave you plays a huge role into the results lasting. So you need to communicate that to them right up front. People also cannot remember things accurately, and so having pictures is super duper important. Not everybody wants their teeth and whole face photographed, so make sure that if you are doing before and after photos, that you get their consent if you're going to be using them on socials or for marketing purposes. But you also can just retain them in their client profile so that you have record of what you accomplished during that service. So that can just be an internal thing that you have that you're keeping records of and that you're not using on social. So make sure that you're communicating how and why you're going to use the before and after photos. If your client still does not want before and after photos, we highly recommend using one of these. These are paper. They're the teeth whitening shade guides. I'll post a link to where we get them. You get them on Amazon, very inexpensive, and they're super effective. Unlike the larger dental ones that have all the little teeth, you don't have to worry about cleaning these, and you all are on the same page when the client leaves. So most of the time, we are going to leave this with the client. It's going to go in that take-home kit and go right back home with them so they can see where they came in at and where they left at. So in the very beginning, before any gel or anything goes on their teeth, we use this. We agree with the client as to what number, what level their teeth are currently. We circle that. And then after the treatments are over, we circle where they got, how white their teeth got. So we're all in agreement and have some proof as to where and what happened during that teeth whitening treatment. Feel free to take a picture of that and also ask them to save it. You can put it in their take-home kit, their take-home bag. Now, if Ashley's client says that the whitening results have completely disappeared and they're very unhappy, do they have one of these? That would be like my first question. Where are we at currently based on where we were when we left? Having some proof is going to help that conversation. Also talking to them about what happened after they left the studio. Did they have and consume any dark liquids? Did they understand they couldn't do that for a period of about 24 hours? What happened after they left? And what is their lifestyle like? If they smoke cigarettes, drink soda, red wine, and eat a lot of red marinara sauce, I mean, chances of the results lasting long term are pretty slim because they're constantly bathing their teeth in things that could stain them. So having those conversations is hugely important. If this happened to me and I received a complaint that the results did not last and they were unhappy, the first thing I would do is acknowledge their unhappiness. So step one, I'm gonna reach back out to them immediately and say, I'm so sorry that you're unhappy. Do you have time to come back in? Let's take a look and see what's going on so we can figure it out, because I want you to be happy. Now, I'm not promising anything. I'm not promising a refund. I'm not promising to do it again for free, but I need to see what's going on. If they cannot come back in or don't want to come back in, then I'm gonna need some pictures. And I'm gonna compare that to the pictures I took when they were in the studio, and I'm gonna compare it to the teeth whitening shade guide. So those types of things, having that available to me is gonna help the conversation so that we can really identify, did these results not last? Or is the client just a little bit unrealistic and doesn't really remember where their teeth whitening treatment, where they really left off? Regardless, we want to make clients happy. So that's our policy here. We do have specific policies in regards to refunds and redos. So each business, you're gonna have to create your own policy, have it written down ahead of time so that it's not personal. You're not personally telling somebody no to a refund if you don't give refunds, because you're not giving it to somebody else. It's your business policy. So doing these things up front, going to make a world of difference and going to make hard conversations so much easier. You will always have to have some hard conversations in your business, but if you have laid the foundation and groundwork with your policies, your procedures, your before and after photos, your shade guides, if you have all of this at your disposal, those hard conversations are so much easier. With this particular client, I'm going to work with Ashley to see how any of this is, what foundation was laid before the client left and where they're at now. Chances are the client is experiencing something that they're unhappy with, and maybe the results didn't last for them based on lifestyle. If that's the case and Ashley didn't communicate up front to them the importance of not consuming dark liquids in order to maintain the results, then maybe Ashley should or would give a significant discount or redo the service for free. That is definitely something that is on the table, but that is something that each business owner is going to have to decide for themselves. What other questions do you have for me about the teeth whitening business?